That's evidence of human sacrifice. Of the number of skeletal remains identified in the cave are 14. 14. Of the 14 individuals which are all believed to be human sacrifice, 6 of them are infants, mostly below age 3. Right? 7 of them are adult males, and there's one positively identified female in the entire group, and that's going to be the highlight of the actual cave tour today, right? Yeah. Now what I want to show you as well, and we're going to go closer, so I want to show you a couple distinctive features of this skull in itself, right? All right? One is that as you get closer, you're going to notice that this individual shows tremendous trauma to the cranium. In fact, that part of the cranium is missing on this individual. Okay? So come closer. Turn your lights on. Turn your lights on. You come a little closer. On right at this bit here, you could actually see where the cranium is missing. You see that back part there, right? You could see the cranium. That part is missing completely. That's evidence of trauma. That's how we believe this individual would have been sacrificed, right? We're still going a little closer. The other feature I want to show you is also a modified forehead. You look at it carefully, right? You see a modified forehead, or we call it flat forehead. Yeah. That's the common way we refer to it. Another modification, which you're gonna have to again look even more closely, is to the tip of the teeth. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It's modified, right? See how it's shaped? It's filed like an inverted W, right? See?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Wow.
It's filed like an inverted W. See? That's another modification. So the flattening of your forehead, the crossing of your eyes, the modifying of your tooth, or ways of what we believe portray beauty. But flat forehead. Flat forehead is something that you can talk of cross-culturally that occurs worldwide. You go to Africa, this shows up in African culture. You go to Egypt, it shows up in Egyptian culture. You come to Mesoamerica, it also shows up here. So why were they doing this? That's something that I precisely cannot tell you why we believe today that is to portray beauty. Every other group has their own way of identity. Some of them by just dressing differently or using a lot of different colors, modifying implements into their ears, their nose, their mouth. Those are a way of group identity and also portraying beauty. You have that. Human nature has not changed since the beginning of time. We have that in, like, for example, in Chinese culture, you had the binding of feet in women so bad that it would prevent you from walking properly. That was considered attractive. Some of them is modifying your neck, your backs by doing a lot of scarification or tattoos, flattening of your forehead, crossing of your eyes. These are all things that we do unto ourselves to make ourselves more attractive. At least that's what we believe. It's not to deform your looks, because no one does these things unto themselves to deform their looks. It's to make yourself more. Don't we still do it today? What has actually changed?
Your forehead?
Well, there's 2 methods that has been identified. The flattening of your forehead has to be done onto you as a child, as an infant, not as an adult. Your adult, your cranium is already shaped. You do it. There's 2 methods. This is what we call fronto-occipital. See, it's flat. So what you do is get a flat piece of board, place it on the child's forehead, front, back,
and bind it,
and wrap it. You get the flat shape, your cranium starts to grow up like that. The other method is what you call tabular oblique. It's more pseudo-circular. So the shape you want is something like this. You place it on the child's forehead, a flat piece in the back. You bind it. Right.
crossing of the eyes.
Crossing of
did
the
they
eyes.
do it permanently?
Of course.
So they just.
I cannot tell you if this individual would have had cross eyes because it does not show up that way. But this is how you did it, as an infant again. There's many ethnohistoric records and documents of it. You place 2 beads, 2 red beads, on the nose bridge of the infant. You tie it around him. And what that does is it causes the infants, eventually the muscles contract. And